All right, guys, what's going on? Levi Trumbull here. So maybe some of you have heard by now, maybe some of you have seen the latest press release by Frederick County Public Schools, but if you're not caught up to speed, here's what's going on. So Frederick County Public Schools has filed a federal lawsuit against all of the major social media tech giants, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. They are alleging that in this federal complaint that these social media platforms are harming Frederick County Public Schools students. This has been something that isn't original. There have been a lot of different school districts all across Maryland and some other school districts in other states that have filed similar federal litigation claiming that the social media tech giants, the YouTubes, the TikToks, the Instagram, that they are causing issues with children in the school system parameter. So obviously, as you see by the title of this video, we are going to get into my opinion on what I think of this issue, and we are going to use Frederick County Public Schools as the context for the arguments that I'm about to present. So Frederick County Public Schools, again, other jurisdictions in Maryland have done this as well, have filed this federal lawsuit, this federal complaint against these social media tech giants, claiming that these social media platforms cause students to be depressed, to have anxiety, to have self-esteem issues, to have issues with their body. I guess they call that like body image issues or whatever it is you want to refer to that as. But overall, just mental health complications by students from these social media platforms. The school system is saying that because these social media platforms are psychologically harming these students, that the school system has to bear the brunt of that problem in counseling and therapeutic remedies that the school system has to then provide based on the social media tech companies harming the student's psyche with this online digital content. Now, I want to be clear about where I stand on this issue as it relates to Frederick County Public Schools and these other school systems in Maryland filing these lawsuits in federal court against these social media giants. I think these lawsuits are meritless. I think they have no basis to be brought, and I think the people bringing them have no real grounds to bring them even in the first place. And I'm going to get into why I think that right here. So number one, if Frederick County Public School Systems or the school system in general doesn't want to have these social media platforms being utilized by students on school premises, then what they can simply do is put forth policy that would prevent the students from being able to access these social media websites. They can set up blocking mechanisms on their Wi-Fi. They can set up a Wi-Fi function where when you're utilizing the FCPS Wi-Fi or the school system's wireless internet connection, it blocks or prevents people from being able to access the prohibited social media sites. Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, you can make these sites unworkable from your Wi-Fi system if you so choose to. Another thing they can do is they can reiterate to the students, hey, these are the social medias you're not allowed to use on school property. I see no reason why a school system couldn't put a policy like that into effect, and I see absolutely no reason why they couldn't also have these websites blocked if they so wanted to do that. So now let's talk about why these cases are actually meritless. So number one, Frederick County Public Schools or any of these school districts has no real standing to bring these lawsuits, and I'm going to tell you why. The school district has no business saying that it's the social media sites' job to protect their kids and their classroom. If they don't want the social media, they can put a policy in effect or have the teacher in the classroom state that the children in the classroom are not allowed to use the social media. Frederick County Public Schools or the school system in general has no business saying that the social media tech giants are causing harm to the students in the classroom, because it's the teachers and the school's job to protect the students if they feel that that is the case. It is their job to put forth policy that would prevent that if they feel that the social media is causing harm to the students. It wouldn't be the social media's job job to do that. It would be the school's job to do that. But on the other hand, if you are a parent who gives your child a cell phone and you allow them to use particular social media websites, then the school district has no real business telling the court system that they know better or should have more jurisdiction over the students of their school district than a parent should have over their own child. You see, any activity that would fall outside of the school grounds would fall outside of the reach of the school districts being able to complain about, and this is where they're going to have issues. So it seems like in these cases, and as school districts often try to do, what they're trying to say, what Frederick County Public School Systems, by bringing this lawsuit, is really trying to say here, and this is what they do all so often, and it drives people crazy, is they're trying to say that they know better than the parents. They know more, they know better, and it's going to be their way. And that's not going to work in a court of law. There is no way that Frederick County Public Schools or any school district, quite frankly, will be able to walk into a federal court and tell a judge that they know better than the parent, that Instagram, that TikTok, that Facebook, that all these social media platforms that are being used potentially with the permission of the parents for the children, they cannot say, well, we want to supersede the rights of the parents and have this court find that the students should not be allowed to utilize these platforms. Now, I want to be clear on all this. I'm not saying that social media cannot have a negative impact on young people and the youth. It certainly does, and it certainly can. We have seen research that shows that significant social media can be detrimental to young people. That is obvious at this point. However, it's not the school district's job to try to work out what is okay, how much screen time is okay, how much social media use is okay. That is not the school district's job or concern or business. And what really gets me, especially with Frederick County Public Schools, is today they were so proud of themselves to put out this nonsensical press release in which they were so gleefully joyous about this meritless lawsuit that they are almost certain to lose very quickly on a motion to dismiss. They put it out and they presented themselves as this heroic and symbolic school system that is trying to act as an advocate for their students, but they are far from that. Frederick County Public Schools has been sanctioned and reprimanded by the U.S. Justice Department for seclusion tactics for restraining students with disabilities. They are facing multiple very credible lawsuits from very credible people who have alleged very negligent behavior on behalf of staff members of FCPS. We have a lawsuit where a mother brought a lawsuit where she claims staff of FCPS broke her child's leg. We have another lawsuit brought by a former football player of FCPS who says that FCPS painted him out to be a racist and essentially concocted this race hoax story, and he's suing the school district. You have all sorts of lawsuits, and within the past couple of months, you have seen this channel and me personally report on 3 of those lawsuits. Again, all of which are my position, are credible and will move forward and could quite potentially do some irreparable damage to FCPS if these lawsuits are found to be substantial and proven in a court of law. And I suspect that there's a good possibility that every lawsuit that this channel has covered will, in some way or another, prevail, whether that be a trial or a settlement between parties. So again, as you can see from the title of this video, this is my opinion of this subject. You have FCPS trying to put themselves in a good light, but I think it just puts them in a worse light and makes them look stupid, quite frankly. We have a system that's supposed to be for education doing something that is non-educational and non-purposeful and just downright Stupid. So that's where I'm going to leave it with today's video. Frederick County Public Schools, if you're watching, and I know you guys watch, you guys look like fools bringing this stupid meritless lawsuit. You're going to lose on a motion to dismiss, and I suspect it's going to happen very quickly, and I look forward to reporting when you do lose very bad. You need to stay out of decision making between parents and children. You need to stay out of it. I know you guys want to be the grand custodial figures of all children. These school systems act like they know everything. They don't. They need to stay out of our business. Levi Trumbull reporting in Frederick County, Maryland. Take it easy, guys, and we will keep you updated on this situation as developments progress.